Mackenzie, a 19-year-old girl from Ohio, has been found guilty and sentenced for the deliberate act of driving her car into a brick wall at speeds reaching up to 160 kilometers per hour. The impact resulted in the deaths of both her boyfriend, Dominic Russo, and their friend, Davian Flanagan. So join us today as we break down the story and what happened. It all begins in the year 2022, when Mackenzie is dating Dominic Russo, who happens to be 20 years old. Mackenzie and Dominic occasionally used to hang out with Davian Flanagan, their 19-year-old friend. Mackenzie, Dominic, and Davian were in a 2018 Toyota Camry on Sunday morning, July 31st, 2022 at approximately 5:30 a.m. During this time, it's alleged that all three individuals had been smoking marijuana. Mackenzie took the wheel as they made a turn onto Progress Drive from Pearl Road in Strongsville. Notably, she adhered to traffic rules, using her turn signal and maintaining a slow pace. The route led them through the Progress Business Park, an area typically bustling with business activities during weekdays. However, on this weekend morning, an unusual stillness hung in the air. Around 3,900 feet away from where Mackenzie turned from Pearl Road to Progress Drive, there's an intersection with Almeda Drive. At the end of Progress Drive, there's a big business that fixes pipelines in a huge building. After driving on Progress Drive for a short time, Mackenzie suddenly turned the car sharply to the right and then to the left. Then she pressed the metal really hard. About 4 or 5 seconds later, the car crashed forcefully into the brick wall of the building where they fix pipelines. That building's at the very end of the road on the west side. This all happened quickly in just a couple of seconds. The Camry was speeding at about 100 miles per hour when it crashed into the building. The impact was so strong that it caused a lot of damage to the car, and people passing by noticed. However, it took around 45 minutes for someone to call for help after seeing the crash. When emergency workers arrived, they found out that both Dominic and Davian didn't survive their injuries, and Mackenzie was unconscious in the driver's seat. After undergoing multiple surgeries in a hospital, Mackenzie found herself in police custody on November 4, 2022, over 3 months after the collision. Mackenzie faced a barrage of charges, including 2 counts of aggravated murder, 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of felonious assault, 2 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide, and charges related to drug trafficking and possessing criminal tools. Reportedly, emergency responders discovered magic mushrooms in a digital scale in Mackenzie's possession. Moreover, she faced charges in connection with another incident on July 19th, accused of breaking into the Columbia Church of God in Columbia Station, Ohio. All of the mentioned crimes, including the recent ones, were accounted for when the high-profile case caught the attention of the legal team. The legal proceedings for Mackenzie unfolded in August of 2023, opting for a bench trial where the judge, rather than a jury, determined her fate. The verdict arrived on August 16th, declaring Mackenzie guilty on multiple charges. She was handed 2 life sentences to be served simultaneously, with the possibility of parole after 15 years, as determined in her sentencing hearing. During the trial, a crucial piece of evidence was presented, a video showing Mackenzie's actions leading up to the crash. The footage showed how she purposely accelerated down a street, neglecting to apply brakes before colliding into a building. Presiding over the case, Judge Nancy Margaret Russo emphasized the weight of this evidence in securing her murder conviction. She described Mackenzie's conduct as controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, highlighting that it wasn't a case of reckless driving, but a conscious act of murder. Russo stated she morphs from a responsible driver to literal hell on wheels. Mackenzie had a history of making violent threats against her boyfriend, including threats to break into his home and damage his car. Approximately 2 weeks before the crash, she allegedly threatened to intentionally crash her car with him inside. The couple's relationship was characterized as tumultuous, marked by frequent breakups and conflicts. At the hearing for sentencing, Mackenzie apologized tearfully to the families of those affected. In her statement, she shared how it was beyond her recallability about what had happened that day, and added, "I hope one day you can see I would never let this happen or do it on purpose." She expressed remorse and hoped that she could alleviate their suffering. Despite the accusations against her, Mackenzie persistently upheld her innocence. She argues that no one can truly discern what occurred inside the vehicle at that moment. Her defense argues that even if she was reckless, it's not the same as intentional murder. However, the state disagreed strongly. They believed Mackenzie purposely crashed into the building to end her troubled relationship with Dominic, and her friend Davian lost his life simply because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Days before the tragic crash, Mackenzie's phone records show that she visited Progress Business Park, an unusual location for her. There's no proof that she had any legitimate reason to be there. If someone wanted to commit a crime by crashing into a building, then an industrial park like this provides a low risk of witnesses. Any reasonable person would understand that crashing into a building is not a safe choice. After the crash, Mackenzie showed signs of grief, guilt, and shame when talking to the doctors who treated her. This might be seen as a sign of feeling guilty. She even asked a detective if her driver's license could be taken away for 10 years. There are various possibilities surrounding Mackenzie's actions. Perhaps she impulsively pushed the accelerator, intending to play rather than intending to collide with the building. It's also possible that Mackenzie was unaware of Progress Drive's endpoint and the building caught her by surprise, causing her to panic and freeze, unable to hit the brakes. There's also a chance that she planned to hit the building without intending harm. However, it's essential to recognize that these are just speculative assumptions and not definitive explanations. The night before the collision, Mackenzie and Dominic were reportedly happy with friends, making future plans. Some testified that their relationship seemed positive. Mackenzie's mother testified that her daughter had been diagnosed with a disorder in 2017, which caused her to pass out from time to time. Mackenzie claimed that she blacked out and didn't remember what happened. She was highly interested in using drugs. She consumed them with her boyfriend and with others. She thought of herself as invincible. One time, she made a post on the social media platform TikTok which read, "I'm just one of those girls that can do a lot of drugs and not die." This raises questions about her supervision, considering she was 17, driving at night, and using marijuana. Mackenzie's relationship with her boyfriend Dominic was troubling, toxic, and influenced by drugs. They often argued, and Mackenzie became upset when she didn't get what she wanted. Frustrated with the relationship, she felt compelled to take extreme measures and ended Dominic's life and her own simultaneously. After committing the murders, Mackenzie initially experienced feelings of guilt and shame. However, she quickly shifted her focus to a fantasy world where her relationship with Dominic seemed to be destined for eternity. For example, on August 6, 2022, a week after the fatal collision, Mackenzie posted on Dominic's website. She wrote, "You are the love of my life. You'll always be with me and I'll always think about you." That same day, she wrote, "I love you, Dom. You're my soulmate. I won't ever forget the memories we made together. You made me the girl I am today, and you were just an amazing, bright soul." On August 8th, on Dominic's funeral, she wrote, "I'll never stop thinking about you." On August 24th, she wrote, "I still feel like you're just going to walk in the door any second. I miss your laugh, your perfect smile. I feel your energy around me every day. I wish it was physical." These messages reflect a fatalistic theme and reveal a significant lack of understanding. Despite being responsible for Dominic's death, Mackenzie expressed herself as if they were still in love. She believed that her partner would be awaiting her in the afterlife. Mackenzie's tragic story serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences that can unfold within toxic relationships. The fateful morning of July 31st, 2022 became a turning point, not just for Mackenzie, Dominic Russo, and Davian Flanagan, but for anyone witnessing the aftermath. So what are your thoughts on this horrific event? Make sure you let us know in the comments section down below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again soon.